Hello everybody, or today I am going to deliver the lecture on the topic seed dormancy, its various causes, types, and various dormancy breaking treatments in upcoming slides. So, what is seed dormancy exactly? In general terms or general language, it can be said that the resting period of seeds in which they do not uh, germinate even provided under favorable conditions. But if the seeds are comes out of in their dormant phase, then they can be able to germinate. That uh, is natural phenomena actually, or sometimes this dormancy is helpful in storing or storage of seeds for longer period if they are not needed uh, uh, after harvesting or after collection, then it is beneficial for storage purposes. So all the Bible seeds they are capable of germination under any favorable conditions, or those are needful for germination, like moisture, like temperature, and few others, like some seeds needs light requirement also, and uh, but RH and temperature is more needful for germination. But some seeds, those are even provided under favorable conditions, are failed to germinate, and this may be due to some external as well as some internal factors, or due to some specific requirement of the seeds. During this period, the growth of seeds remain under dormant phase, and they are said to be in rest state or dormant stage, and this phenomena is simply known as dormancy of seed. Uh, then there are causes, those are responsible for dormancy in seeds, or the very first one is seed coat impermeable to water, or these may be the hard seed coat, these may be thin seed coat, but if these are thin, then these are impermeable to water and oxygen, and that even thin layer is not could not permit the moisture and water or oxygen to get in, uh, because after that entry of moisture or oxygen, seeds could start its metabolic activities, or it will go for cell division, and then the said plumule and radicle could emerge out, and that phenomena is germination. The seeds of certain plant, especially those belongs to family Leguminaceae, Solanaceae, Malvaceae, etc., are having very hard seed coat which are impermeable to water, and the seeds remain dormant until impermeable layers decay by the action of soil microorganisms under natural condition. Here I would like to mention one thing, that these hard coat actually firstly they act as barrier to get in the moisture as well as oxygen, as their micropylar end are sometime closed due to deposition of dust and moisture, and that could be closed, and it could not permit the moisture or oxygen to get inside. But after some treatment, these openings may reopen by various treatments. Those could be hot water, those could be acid, those could be air pressure method, or several others. But even after this, sometimes these hard coats did not permit even after entry of the moisture and oxygen. Once the metabolic activities get started, but after that cell division occurred, and it this hard coat could not or does not permit to expand that growing embryo inside of that seed. In natural condition, as mentioned in this line, that could be dissolved or cracked after the activities of soil microorganisms, but then it is here that developing embryo could not able to expand due to hardness of that seed coat, or this is again uh, the cause for dormancy of seed, or in due course that developing embryo that could not able to burst out from that hard coat, it it goes destroyed therein. Or next we have seed coat impermeable to oxygen, as I have discussed here also. In many plants, grasses, seed dormancy is due to impermeability of seed coat to oxygen. Or however, during the period of dormancy, the seed coat gradually becomes more permeable to oxygen, so that they may germinate in due course. But here again we have two type of seed coats. One is very hard, that is unable to crack whenever needed in due course, but the another type of seed coat that is thin, but it is impermeable to oxygen and moisture, and these both are the causes for external seed coat dormancy, that is coming in upcoming slides. Next we have third cause, that is immaturity of or immature embryo, or in certain orchids seed dormancy is due to the immaturity of embryos, which fails to develop fully by the time of seed are shed, or at the time of seed maturity. In such cases, the seed germinate only after a period of rest, during which the development of embryo inside the seed is completed, or this wholesome phenomena is known as after ripening effect. Once the seeds are shed from its parent or mother tree, but seed are unable to germinate, and they need some time. It could be some days to few weeks to few months also, and this time is needed to complete the metabolic activities in that developing embryo, or this is known as after ripening effect, or this is the type of endogenous seed dormancy. Next we have the cause, that is the presence of germination inhibitor in the seeds, or as we know, at the time of seed falling or leaf falling, there may existence of abscisic acid, that is responsible for plugging off the the seeds or leaves from its mother tree. So it means this abscisic acid is also get inside or developed inside the seed, or it could restrict the germination of seed due to more prominency of this abscisic acid, or whenever the seeds are exposed to sunlight, or sun drying is done, then there may activation of gibberellin or gibberellic acid, or the inactivation of this abscisic acid, or in due course seeds become able to germinate after this treatment. So this is the treatment for this kind of dormancy, or in as I said, in certain seeds the dormancy of seed is due to the presence of germination inhibitors like coumarin, ferulic acid, abscisic acid, etc. These may be present in endosperm, embryo, testa, or juices, even juices or pulp of the fruit, or it could restrict the entry or entry of this oxygen and moisture in the seed, or it could be the type of physiological dormancy again. And next we have some other causes. These are chilling or low temperature requirement of seeds. In various temperate or alpine zone species, this type of phenomena is reported. In certain plants such as apple, rose, peach, the seeds remain dormant even after harvest in the autumn, because they have a very low temperature or chilling requirement for germination as their natural phenomena. After that ripening of seeds, the seeds remain lying on the ground under snow packed areas, or after melting of the snow during springs or March April, then they will able to germinate, or this period is uh, their habit in under control conditions also. It means they need some chilling requirement as per their habit. In nature, this requirement is fulfilled by winter temperatures, as I have said, and in such cases the seeds remain dormant throughout the winter season and germinate only in the following spring. Now next one, that is the light sensitive seeds. There are so many seeds those require light treatment, or it could be sun drying, as I have mentioned in earlier slides, that light treatment activate the gibberellic acid in seed, that is responsible for emergence of radicle or root initial cell within that embryonic plant. So in many species, the germination of seed is affected by light, that is gives rise the dormancy. If light is not present in for the during seed germination or during seed drying, then it will be comes under dormant state. Such light sensitive seeds are called photoblastic seeds. For example, lettuce, tomato and tobacco are positively photoblastic and germinate only after they have been exposed to light during whenever they are tested for germination. On the other hand, the seeds of various other plants are negatively photoplastic, or they are geothermic actually, and they need dark condition for their germination, and their germination is inhibited under light conditions. So they are geothermic, and their opposition category, or like this, those required light, are known as photoblastic. Then we move to the type of dormancy, and that is summarized after these all causes also. Actually, causes and types are almost similar, as we have number one category, that is exogenous dormancy, or it is caused by conditions outside the embryo, and it is often divided into the following headings. Number one of them is physical dormancy, or this physical means it is related to seed coat, or seeds are impermeable to water or other gases due to this hardness of seed coat, or sometimes seed coat are thin but they are polythene like coverings, and these are not these do not permit the water and oxygen to get inside to activate the metabolic activities within that seed. Legumes are the typical example of physical dormancy, and they have low temperature content, they have low moisture content also, and are prevented from imbibing the water by seed coat. At the maturity point, they have maximum dry wet condition. That's why they are having very less moisture content after maturity, or it means they need moisture content to start the metabolic activities. Chipping or cracking of the seed coat, or any other conveyancing or any other coverings allows water intake. Impermeability is often caused by the outer cell layer, which is composed of macrosclerids. Those could make it more harder. The third cause of dormancy, seed coat, is coat's impermeability is hardness of endocarp seed coat that are impermeable to water and gases from during the last stage of seed development. And this hardness, as I have discussed in very first or second slide also, it could not burst out even after development start in the seed, or cell division start in the seed. After that, metabolic activities or the developing embryo or the dividing embryo could destroy it therein due to non-rupture of this hard seed coat. Then its second part is mechanical dormancy, or it occurs when seed coat or other coverings are too hard to allow the embryo to expand, as I am mentioning right now, during that germination. In the past, this mechanism of dormancy was ascribed to a number of species that have been found to have endogenous factors for their dormancy. These endogenous factors include physiologically dormancy caused by low embryo growth potential, or as I have mentioned that even after a start of metabolic activities and cell division within cell, this hard seed coat does not rupture and it could not permit to expand that dividing embryo. Then this is mechanical dormancy. Okay. Then we have chemical dormancy, as I have mentioned, that presence of inhibitor, presence of or non-presence or inactivation of growth promoters. So this comes under chemical dormancy, or it includes growth regulators. Those are present in the coverings around the embryo. They may be leached out of the tissue by washing or soaking the seeds, or sometimes deactivated by other means, or sometime activation of some growth retardants, as we have mentioned in earlier slide. Other chemicals, those prevent germination, are washed out of the seed by rainwater or snow melting. Actually, seeds lying down on the ground for a very long time under colder conditions, or that snow or that type of activities could wash down the growth regulators. Those are present on the coverings of seed. Okay, and it could be the chemical type of dormancy in the seed. Then we have second major category, that is endogenous dormancy, or it is caused by the conditions within embryo itself. Here there is no means of or role of any seed coat or any other thing, but only the embryo. It is often divided into several groups: physiological dormancy, morphological dormancy, combined dormancy, and each of these groups may have their subgroups also, but here we will describe them in very brief. Number one, the physiological dormancy, that prevents embryo growth and seed germination until chemical changes occurs in the seed. And these chemical includes inhibitor that often retard embryo growth. And physiological dormancy is indicated when an increase in germination rate occurs after application of gibberellic acid, or this physiological dormancy comes for the presence of growth inhibitor cause, and this is its type. And sometimes physiological dormancy is also be the part of this after ripening or dry storage, when the seeds needed some time to complete its metabolic activities after that seed falling or detachment from mother plant. Then we have several things here, and this drying of seed of grasses from seasonally arid region need a period of drying before they are tested for germination. Then this photodormancy or light sensitivity affect germination of some seed. We have discussed it under that causes category also, and this comes under physiological. Then we have temperature dependent seeds also. Those need coldness, or those need warm temperature, those need higher temperature, and these include amaranth that can germinate only at higher temperature, more than 30%, or some seeds those need those are conifer, or those are related to alpine zone, need only 10 to 15% temperature, and this is known as thermodormancy, as the seeds are dependent on temperature, that is thermodormancy, or if the seeds are dependent on light, then this is photodormancy. Then we have morphological dormancy, or when the embryo is underdeveloped or undifferentiated. These have comes under morphological dormancy. Sometime immature embryo is also present in the seeds, that also comes under after ripening type of dormancy, and need treatment of the seeds, like stratification type of treatment. Those gives it time to complete its metabolic activity. Now we have next category, that is combined dormancy, or in this case when both seed coat and immature embryos are present in that seed, that it could be double dormancy or combined dormancy. Here, as mentioned, morphological and physiological dormancy, then this is the case of combined dormancy. It is also known by double dormancy. These seeds therefore require dormancy breaking treatment as well as period of time to develop fully grown embryos, or it will need both type of treatment to get seed germinated. Then we have secondary dormancy, or it is in very simple way to make understand that once the seeds are able to germinate under favorable conditions, but when the seeds are tested under unfavorable conditions, those seeds having the potential of germination but are placed under unfavorable condition, then they will not germinate therein, or this act of seed is known as secondary dormancy. Here it is mentioned clearly, and not all the seeds undergo a period of dormancy. Many species of plants releases their seed late in the year when the soil temperature is too low. As we know, December, January is the time when most of the tree species produce or fall their seeds, and it is low temperature time actually, or at the same time environment is dry. If these seeds are collected and sown in the environment that is warm enough and for moist enough, then they will definitely get germinate, or that is March, April onward. And this is the type of dormancy. Then we have the another section of this chapter, that is methods of breaking dormancy, or as we know, in the human beings, if we have a particular type of problem, health problem, then it will need the specific treatment. Like if someone has headache, then the medicines will be given accordingly. Excuse me once for. Okay, and if we have stomachache or any other specific problem, then the treatment will be accordingly given by the medical officer. Here I am talking like that. The dormancy breaking treatment will be as specific as the cause of that dormancy. Various methods have been used to break the seed dormancy, as some of them are used widely. Some methods are mentioned here, and number one of them is scarification, or this scarification treatment is given mostly for hard coated seeds, or the seeds coat those are thin but impermeable to oxygen and water. Any treatment that is physical or chemical that weakens the seed coat is known as scarification, as a simple meaning, and it is applied when dormancy is imposed by hard seed coat or for example in legumes. And this method there are various ways to break hard seed coat, such as mechanical scarification, or seeds are in this method seeds are rubbed on the sandpaper or rough surface manually. At the time of rubbing, care should be taken that not to damage the axis of seed or embryo also. When seed coat is too hard of woody nature or bone like hardness, it has to be removed completely by breaking it, by cracking or breaking it. For example, in rubber seeds and teak seeds also, these are very hard. And sometime in Terminalia cebula and Terminalia bellerica also, these also need the complete removal of this hard seed coat, but it should be without damaging the embryo. Then second part of this scarification is chemical scarification, or in this seeds are soaked. Hard seed coated seeds are soaked in concentrated or diluted solution of sulfuric acid for 1 to 60 minutes. That will depend upon species or hardness of seeds, or it removes the seed coat impermeability, or it gets soften the seed coat. That could be helpful for bursting out of developing or dividing embryo also, that the cell division takes place after entry of oxygen and moisture, and it will be helpful for that expansion also. Example for this treatment are cotton seed, in that Tectona grandis seed, or various other also like Terminalia seeds also. Then we have next dormancy breaking method, or this is temperature treatment. As the thermo dormancy was there, accordingly some seeds needed temperature to different temperature regime to break their dormancy, or it could be 0 to 50 degrees Celsius, or there could be different durations for different type of seeds or different species also. Some seeds require a brief period of incubation from few hours to few days at 40 to 50 degree Celsius before germination, and some seeds need few minutes also for this purpose. Then next we have dormancy breaking treatment, that is light treatment, or photo dormancy type of causes are removed by this method, or under this light treatment seeds, gibberellin content of seeds get activated. Some seeds do not germinate in dark, thus it provides continuous or periodic exposure of light to enhance that activation of this gibberellic acid. Next we have wait for a minute. The use of growth regulators or growth promoters and other chemicals to enhance the germination or to break such type of dormancy. So endogenous dormancy may be due to presence of germination inhibitor, as we have mentioned earlier. Application of low level of growth regulators like gibberellin, cytokinin and ethylene may break the seed dormancy. Most widely used growth regulators are gibberellins and kinetins. Okay, and seeds of sorghum and various other species are tested under these growth hormones. Among other chemicals, potassium nitrate and thiourea are also used to break such type of dormancy in various crop species. Then next we have stratification treatment, or this stratification means exposure of seeds to the extremes of temperature, as thermo dormancy type of dormancy is there, then the seeds need this stratification treatment also, or seeds are exposed to um, 0 to minus 5 degrees Celsius for few hours to few days, or sometimes few months also. And at the same time, some species need higher temperature regime, exposure to the higher temperature regimes to break such type of dormancy. And this phenomena is actually used to break the after ripening effect type of seed dormancy, in which uh, seeds or embryo get complete its metabolic activities to get ready for germination. And that will only germination is the normal process under which moisture and temperature are required, but separately. But this is the stratification, as I have mentioned. Then next one treatment, that is rumen fistula incubation, that is not mentioned here actually. Or rumen fistulation is the treatment when the seeds are having very hard seed coat, or uh, then they need to break such type of dormancy. And as I'm going to mention here, that every type of seed or all the type of seed does not need to use for or under same treatment, like hot water treatment, or hot this temperature treatment, or uh, acid treatment, like. But some seeds are some treatment is specific also. The rumen fistulation is also used for is one of the treatment that is used for hard seed coatness. Or in this method, we have to allow the cattles to take in the hard seeds along with their normal feed. And after 24 hours, we have to collect the treated seeds in the excreta of these cattles, or our animals. And it is considered that the seeds are passed through all the intestine, or with all the enzyme and temperature inside that cattle, or it will definitely soften the coat of that seed. Or then collected seeds are washed many times uh, under water, and then allowed to germinate, and those will definitely gives rise 80 to 90% germination once, if they are not giving even 5% germination under natural condition. Then the simplification of this treatment is in the manner that we have to collect the freshly excreta of the cattles, and keep our sample seeds in that. And this whole treatment is covered by some clothes or plastic sheets, but maintained under some warm or temperature condition. Then after 24 hours or 36 or 48 hours, this could be the treatment duration. If we washed then and test the seeds for germination, then they will definitely give rise or enhance the germination up to 50% also. And this is rumen fistula incubation. Next we have hot water treatment, and under this seeds are soaked for different durations, and this water could be boiled and allowed to cool. The cooling boiled water is used for soaking of seeds for 12 hours, 24 hours, or 36 hours, or sometimes 48 hours also. That could be depend upon different species. And it is very simple to use actually, or gives rise a successful enhancement in germination. Then we have hot wire treatment, or under this we have to break the dormancy of very hard seed coated species, or seeds are poured into an heater like structure, cup shaped structure, or for few seconds to minutes, and then seeds are kept out from that structure, or it seems that seeds are punctured from various places, hard seed coats are punctured from various places, or it will definitely give chance to penetrate moisture or oxygen inside the seed, or then whenever the seed get go through cell division, that embryo, or it will definitely able to expose or rupture that punctured seed coat actually, or this is again a very fruitful or successful treatment, gives rise around more than 50% germination. Or in the tropical regions, as the words missed hearing, it's okay, as I have mentioned, that dormancy is helpful for seed storage, and that could be sometime due to monsoon condition, sometime the cold weather conditions, or colder in the colder region, seed could not germinate, or sometime they could not use for vegetative reproduction also. So for the time of scarcity or for the time of emergency, we can use these seeds after using the dormancy breaking treatments, or in this manner seed dormancy is very helpful for storing the seeds, or use of those seeds under emergency or needful conditions. So I hope the topic discussed here was get understand by you all. Thank you.